Welcome to this special sneak peek of the Thevenin Cipher, Chapter 1, by Zach Northup. The Thevenin Cipher. The past is the puzzle, the story is a key, the adventure is analog.
My name is Jimmy Thevenin. The story I'm about to tell you began more than 250 years ago. It is not a story in a traditional sense. It has no obvious plot. It has a beginning but no end, and it is told in ciphers, riddles, and clues. Over the years, I've taken to calling it the Thevenin Cipher, but the mystery described in these pages did not begin with me. Its name was determined long ago by one of my ancestors. My part didn't come about until 1993. I was a young man attending college at a small university in West Virginia. It was late at night, and there was a knock on the door of my apartment. I lived just off 6th Avenue. The area was popular with students, but had its fair share of malcontents, partiers, and drunks, so I let the chain on and cracked the door 2 inches and peeked out. There was a man dressed in a 3-piece suit. He had gray hair and was holding a brown hardshell attaché case. "Mr. Jimmy Thevenin?" the man asked as he took off his horn-rimmed glasses and tucked them in the breast pocket of his suit. "Yeah?" He handed me his business card. "My name is Robert McIntosh. I am an attorney with the firm Fitzgibbon, Riley, and Marsh. I have a matter I need to discuss. May I come in?" Glancing over my shoulder, I considered the empty pizza boxes, crushed cans of Jolt Cola, and beer bottles discarded around the room. What's this about?" "I assure you that it will be of interest," he replied. There was no one else around, so I swung the door open. He stepped inside and looked around the room as I moved a stack of dirty clothes from an old recliner. "Please, take a seat," I said. I sat across from him on the couch. Perched on the edge of the chair, he placed the attaché case in his lap and rolled the tumblers on the 3-dial combination lock with his thumb. "Thank you. This won't take long." "Did I do something wrong?" The 2 metal clasps on the front of the case popped, and he awkwardly opened it while trying to keep it from sliding off his lap. Looking over the lid, he squinted slightly as he considered the question. "No, I'm here on a matter involving a member of your family." Being an only child, my mind raced through the possibilities. Is it about my parents? He closed the lid and placed a thin cardboard box on top. "No, I have no information on them." That joke about 100 lawyers at the bottom of the sea popped into my head, but I let it pass. "What kind of law do you practice?" "Business, estate planning, and special services for very exclusive clients," he replied. "I don't understand what this has to do with me." He folded his hands on the cardboard box. "Your great-uncle, Mr. J.E. Thevenin, was a client of mine." I shook my head. I didn't know I had a great-uncle. My parents never said anything. "Yes, well, he was estranged from your family long before your father was born. I believe they were told that J.E. passed away in the late 1960s. "So he didn't?" McIntosh suppressed a chuckle as he placed the box on the coffee table and set his attaché case upright on the floor beside the chair. "No, he most certainly did not. Your great-uncle lived to the age of 100 years old. He died in his sleep in 1985. 8 years ago? Yes. Do my parents know? No. Why? Mr. Thevenin left clear instructions that I was to not inform any family members except you, and I was to not do that until you reached your 21st birthday. That was yesterday." "Yes," McIntosh said as he looked around the room. "I am aware. Why me instead of my grandfather or father?" McIntosh cleared his throat. "Well, J.E. believed, in his words, that a lack of common sense takes at least 2 generations to breed itself out." He paused for a moment. "I must say that your performance in school has proven him correct." "You spied on me for 8 years after your client died?" "Yes." "Who paid your fees?" "J.E. left a sizable estate. I am a trustee. Our fees were provided for." He tapped his finger on the box and seemed to be lost in thought for a moment. A slight smile formed in the corner of his pursed lips. Your decision to major in history is fortuitous. Fortuitous? Something that implies a positive or lucky outcome. I could see that McIntosh was one of those guys who always assumed that he was the smartest person in the room. I know what it means. I meant, why is it fortuitous that I major in history? You will see. J.E. left a letter that explains things rather well. He continued to tap his fingers on the box. What's the letter about? That's not for me to say, he replied, and handed me the box. Everything he wanted you to know is contained in this archive. It is somewhat disorganized for my liking, but that's the way he wanted it. There is a cover letter addressed to you on top. McIntosh stood, put his glasses on, picked up his attaché case, and went to the front door. Still seated on the couch, I looked back and forth at him and the box. Wait, is that it? Yes, he answered as he placed his hand on the doorknob. I jumped over the back of the couch to stop him from leaving. Aren't you going to wait and let me open it? No, my role in this matter is complete. But what if I have questions? He opened the door. Well, Mr. Thevenin, you are on your own. With that, Robert McIntosh, Esquire, stepped out of my apartment, down the steps, and disappeared into the night. I felt the weight of the box in my hand and slowly closed the door. Walking back to the couch, I sat down, swept the empty pizza boxes off the coffee table, and set the box in front of me. It was black, 1 inch thick, and just wide and long enough to fit a stack of unfolded notebook paper inside. Initials J.E.T. were foil stamped on the outside. The red neon glow of the Bud Light clock on the wall showed 9 o'clock. I found the remote between the couch cushions and turned on the TV. The X-Files theme was just beginning to play. I gently shook the box and felt the lid start to slip. The lower half of the box plopped down on the table. Inside, the first item was a note card. The following letter of instruction and archive are part of the estate files of Mr. J.E. Thevenin. It was his wish that the contents of this box be provided to you immediately following your 21st birthday. His reasons are explained below. Other than what is contained herein, no further information is available. It was signed in blue ink, Robert McIntosh, Esquire, September 10th, 1993. I flipped it over and looked at the back of the card. It was blank. I tossed it in the upturned lid of the box. The next document was a yellow piece of cotton fiber paper with evenly spaced lines of perfect cursive handwriting. It was addressed to me. Dear Jimmy, my name is James Ernest Thevenin, and I am your great-uncle. 7 generations ago, one of our ancestors, Henri Thevenin, was a scout, frontier trader, and ranger on the Virginia frontier. Between 1774 and 1783, prior to and during the American Revolution, he witnessed a remarkable series of events that foretold a great adventure. Many of those events and their significance remain secret to this day, protected by the ciphers and riddles recorded on the pages in this box. I spent a lifetime gathering these clues, but my age and an unexpected illness robbed me of the opportunity to solve this puzzle on my own. My hope is that you will take this cryptic assortment of codes and riddles and continue my work. I believe that Henri left a great truth that can only be understood by walking the path he took all those years ago. The clues point to at least 17 different stops. Each location is a piece of the puzzle. Each challenge, a test of your observation and intellect. Use these clues to navigate the historical landscape. Solve the puzzles left at each stop to unlock the location of the next and discover what truth he left out there on the frontier. By becoming Henri Thevenin yourself, you will uncover the final secrets this archive holds. I wish you luck. May God grant you success and safe travels. J.E. Thevenin, 1985. P.S. Tell your grandfather he is still an idiot. I reread the letter twice and placed it in the lid with McIntyre's note. The next item was typed on the letterhead of Fitzgibbon, Riley, and Marsh. Mr. Thevenin, while the contents of this box are exactly how J.E. Thevenin left them, there are some valuable resources beyond these papers that could help you on your journey. Your great-uncle firmly believed that Freemasons and other groups would continue to leave clues hidden in plain sight. In addition to many other things, I was instructed to keep an eye out for books, films, or other public information that contained certain keywords or were written about very specific topics. Be on the lookout for any novels, nonfiction books, or films about Henri Thevenin. They are likely to have hidden details and backstories that will add context and solutions to the riddles and ciphers contained in this box. R.M. Esquire. I put the note down. The rest of the box's contents were a collection of maps, handwritten notes, torn pieces of paper, and 4 thick envelopes. Each one of the envelopes had a title written on it: Dunmore, High Country, River, and Battle. At the bottom, there was a small green pouch with a drawstring that was tied in a knot. I had to use my teeth to open it. Inside, there was an old-looking compass, a piece of semi-transparent paper with a jagged line on it, and a key with a tag on it. I put the other items back in the box and examined the tag and key more closely. The tag was about the size of a business card. It was frayed and yellow. There was faded handwriting on one side that read, 1900 3rd Avenue, Huntington, West Virginia, 25703. I thought about the address. It was just a few blocks away, a bank, I believe, across the street from a bar called Mycroft's. I knew it well. I dangled the key by the string and looked at the contents of the box. I needed to call Maggie.
Thanks for listening to this special sneak peek of the Thevenin Cipher, Chapter 1. For more information, visit www.zachnorthup.com.